blank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mother told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? This is number one Chief Rocket, Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? Y'all want this party started right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Let's get it. Let's get it. What's our chant, man? What's our chant? What do we say? We say blue tears, orange tears, Blorange Tears. Bim, let's go. We say, throw your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. And if you got some loot and a stick of juicy fruit, somebody say, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Scream. Ah. Y'all know what it is. Welcome to this thing that we call the Knicks at Night podcast. I'm your man, like I mentioned, the number one Chief Rocker in Knicks Universe, Uncle Freezy. And I want to start out, I want to talk to you guys about a few things, right? Y'all bear with me, right? I want to talk about a few things, man. People have been hitting me all day long with some, man, you wrong for that. You know, I'm glad we didn't overpay for Donovan Mitchell. You wrong for feeling how you feeling, Uncle Freezy. Why you mad that we didn't get Donovan Mitchell? You don't believe in the kids, right? And then I've been getting hit by like the other side of that. Like, man, if they would have overpaid for this dude and he would have came here and all we would have won was like 5 extra games, I'd have been hot, Uncle Freezy. We'd have gave away all them kids and they would have went somewhere else and became a superstar. Like how things normally happen. We give up on these kids too quick. And we traded them away for a superstar. And then you have the people that are saying, yo, I don't care about these kids, man. Trade them all. We need a star. You can't win in this league without a star. You can't. I've been getting hit. Trust me. Yo, you can't win in this league without a star, Uncle Freezy. The Knicks front office done botched it again. They done botched it again, Uncle Freezy. You can't win in this league without a star. Right? So I got some things that I want to talk to y'all about just real quick before we start rocking on the topic. Right? I want to talk to y'all about a couple of things real quick before we start rocking on the topic. Right? I know a lot of y'all wanted Donovan Mitchell. And I know a lot of y'all want to not trade for Donovan Mitchell and play these babies. Right? But if you're disappointed by not getting Donovan Mitchell, and there's a lot of y'all, man. It's a lot of y'all out there that are disappointed that we didn't get Donovan Mitchell. It's a lot of y'all out there. It's a lot. I know this because I constantly get hit up. Constantly. Yo, the Knicks front office, they done did it again, Uncle Freezy. But let me ask this. right? When does disappointment lead to a positive surprise? Like, have you ever had your heart set on something and you didn't get it? Have you ever had your heart set on something and didn't get it? Have you ever had your heart set on something and didn't get it? How y'all like this hat, by the way, man? I got this hat the other day, man. Kind of like this joint. This joint seems fire to me. I'm thinking about replacing a Polaroid hat with this joint. How y'all like that, man? How y'all like that hat, man? I'm thinking about replacing the Polaroid joint with this one right here. I like this one. I like this one better than I like the Polaroid hat. But yo, have you ever had your heart set on something and was disappointed? Right? Have you ever had your heart set on something and then nah, this is a trucker cap. I'm gonna get blue tears, orange tears, Blorange Tears on it, or something like that. I just want to check out the fit. This is a model cap. What I'm gonna do is once I see how they fit, this is a trucker cap. So what I'm gonna do is check out the fit on it, and then if I like it, man, I'm gonna start putting them in the store. Start putting them in the store. I just gotta, you know. But yo, have you ever been disappointed? Have you ever had your heart set on something? You've been promised this thing, and then when the day comes, you don't get it. Right? That's what a lot of us feel like with the pursuit of a star. Not just Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is in a long line of your daddy promised, you know, when your mama and daddy split up and your daddy promised you he's gonna come pick you up so y'all can go get ice cream and go play catch in the park, and he don't never show up. You don't see him till like 3 weeks later by accident. You see your daddy by accident, maybe at the store. Hey, daddy, you know, oh hey there, boy, where you came from? I came from you. That's where I came from. That's why I got father issues. I came from you. I ain't asked to be here. You made me. That's where I came from. Right. But anyway, when you have your heart set on something and you don't get it, you have your heart set on Chris Paul because Leon Rose is Chris Paul's best friend, and you don't get Chris Paul, and so on and so on and so on. Right? I don't want to get into. I'm not gonna dig up dead bodies on that. I'm just gonna leave that alone and let that rest. But what I will say is there are some of you that have that feeling right now. Right? But I have a question to ask you. When does that disappointment lead to a positive surprise? Has that disappointment ever led to a positive surprise? Right? When does a disappointment lead to a positive surprise? The thing you yearned for. See, because wanting something, like wanting something, right, is one thing, but when you take that want to the next level, it becomes a yearning. You yearn for it, like it becomes a physical thing. It becomes more. It becomes more than that. It becomes more than a wish. See, because a wish is one thing, right? A wish is one thing, right? A want is something else. And then it becomes a need. I need this thing. And then it becomes this thing of yearning for something. It's a wish, then a want, then a need and must have, depending on how you phrase it. A need and a must have. And then you yearn for that thing. You can't eat without it. You can't sleep without it. You can't live without it. Na, 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 na. And then it becomes an R. Kelly song, right? So the Donovan Mitchell thing for us, it was a wish, and then a want, then a need, must have, and then we yearned for it. We legit, our day centered around getting news that Donovan Mitchell was on the way. Just like when we used to sit on our stoop 9 o'clock in the morning and wait for our daddy big car to pull down the street. Right? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when your mama used to slap Vaseline on your face and put you out there on the stoop? And you'd be waiting like 9 o'clock in the morning for your daddy to come? Anybody remember that? You waiting for your pops Deuce and a Quarter to pull up? You waiting for your pops Delta 88 to pull up? Anybody remember that show Amen that used to come on NBC with Sherman Hemsley, Deacon Fry? Remember that car Deacon Fry used to drive? You remember that car Deacon Fry used to drive? You can't wait for that Deacon Fry car to pull up. That'd be your pops. That'd be your pops. You know what I'm saying? You waiting on him to show up, but you've been waiting outside since 9 o'clock in the morning. You waited all week for him to show up. You've been telling your homeboys all week at school. Like you in third grade, you telling all your homeboys. You talking like you're a grown man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Me and my pops, we gonna go hang out and chase some chicks. You know what I'm saying? You like 8 years old. Like we just want to do something with your pops. That yearning for this one thing, yearning for you to get that one thing. And then it doesn't happen. You stay outside all day in your best outfit. You stay outside on the stoop all day waiting for him to come. You sit out there from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock at night. And your mama like, boy, you better come in this house. And you like, nah, mom, just let me wait 30 more minutes. And you begging your mama. You know what I'm saying? Your mama ready to put them rollers in her head so she can go to sleep. And you're like, mom, just 30 more minutes. He coming, I promise. He coming. Soon as he show, I'm gonna knock on the door and let you know I'm going. And he'll never show up. It's that wish, that want, that need, must have, that turns into a yearning. But when does that disappointment lead to a positive surprise? How often does heartbreak lead to love? Anybody in here ever had their heart broke before? You don't have to give me no examples. Don't give me no examples, no testimonials. You know what I'm saying? But how often does heartbreak lead to love? Knicks fans, to my Knicks fans, are you disheartened right now that you didn't get something? You deserved something and you didn't get it. To my Knicks fans, are you disheartened right now? Are you feeling some type of way that everybody else in the league can get something and we don't never get nothing? Everybody in the league can get something except us. God dog it. The Cleveland doggone Cavaliers got something. Who is Cleveland? Knicks fans. We don't get nothing. This offseason, we didn't get a dynamic free agent. We didn't get a first-round pick to brag about. We didn't trade for a star. We didn't get none of that. And we won 37 games. So you telling me we're going to run it back? Man, we're going to run it back with a team that won 37 games? We're going to run it back with a team that won 37 games. Or this. Or how about this? Or are you excited for the future? Are you excited for the future? Are you excited for the future of this team? Are you excited for the future of this team? Right? Does this young core of Quickly, Grimes, McBride, Jokibitis, Barrett, Reddish, Hunt, Toppin, Robinson, Hartenstein, and Keels, yes, that's 11 young guys. Quickly, Grimes, McBride, Jokibitis, Barrett, Reddish, Hunt, Toppin, Robinson, Hartenstein, and Keels. Are you excited for that young core? Do they just need a chance to prove themselves? Is not getting a star the best thing that could happen to the Knicks? Is not trading away these young kids the best thing that could have ever happened to the Knicks? Now we get to grow our own star, develop our own guy. Now we don't have to worry about our hearts being broken. We don't have to worry about our hearts being broken now, waiting for a star to show up, and he won't. Because we could just watch our guys. We can watch Quickly, Grimes, McBride, Jokibitis, Barrett, Reddish, Hunt, Toppin, Robinson, Hartenstein, and Keels develop and lead us to a deep playoff run. And don't say that they can't, because you ain't seen it yet. You hadn't seen it yet, so you can't say that they can't. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant. That's what it is. It's the rubber tree plant theory. Don't tell an ant that he can't move a rubber tree plant. Don't say these kids can't do it. You ain't seen them in those situations yet. You don't know who's going to step up. You don't know. If you knew all the answers about these kids, you should have your own front office job. Don't doubt these kids. Don't doubt Quickly, Grimes, McBride, Jokibitis, Barrett, Reddish, Hunt, Toppin, Robinson, Hartenstein, and Keels. Because you don't know that who is going to develop and who's not. You don't know who's going to develop and who's not. You just don't. You got to give these kids a chance. You don't know. You don't know that. You don't know that. Right? The experts have all the answers until it comes time for an answer, and they don't have it. The experts told me that Leon Rose was the Don. Uncle Freezy, you just a hater. Leon Rose is the Don. He got all the Danny Ainge is and at the end of the day, Donovan Mitchell is a Cleveland Cavalier. And you wrong. And don't make excuses Just say you wrong. And just all you have to say is, I thought Leon Rose had this stuff together. He didn't. I was wrong. That's what adults do. That's what adults do. Adults are mature enough to admit when they're wrong. Y'all know me, man. If I'm wrong, I'm mature enough. I'm mature enough to admit it. And I'm not gonna wait a week or so and try to, nah. If I'm wrong, I'll admit it. But I'm mature. Does this young core of Quickly, Grimes, McBride, Jokovitis, Barrett, Reddish, Hunt, Toppin, Robinson, Hartenstein, and Keels give you vibes that they can develop into a competitive level championship core? Because if they don't, then what are we doing? If they don't, then what are we doing? And how long do we have to decide on who we root for and who we add to our wish list? Yep, y'all heard me. How long do we have to decide on who we root for and who we add to our wish list? And as fans, when do fans get their say? When are we going to be heard? When are we going to be heard? When are the fans going to be heard? Because at the end of the day, I hear people say the stupidest thing. I hear people say something stupid. And if you're saying it and it's stupid, you're stupid. I heard somebody say that the front office and the Knicks don't work for the fans. That's dumb. That's dumb. The front office don't work for the fans. The front office work for the owner. This is business. If this were business and it didn't matter, then how come the New York Knicks called me and told me that the suite I wanted to get was $8,200? I wanted to get Manchild. Listen, I wanted to get Manchild and some others to come sit in a suite with me at a game at the Garden, right? I was going to tell because I know Manchild in Toronto. I know where he at. I was going to give him enough advance notice. I wanted Manchild and a bunch of the people in New York to come sit with me at a game in the Garden. And the guy told me the suite was $8,200. And then at the same time, a few smart people are telling me this ain't about basketball, it's a business. Right? They don't work for the fans. If they don't work for the fans, how come that dude in this business was trying to charge me $8,200? If it wasn't about the fans, how come he didn't let us in free? Because it's a business, right? Because they're in the business of pleasing fans. These teams, the NBA, everybody, they're in the business of pleasing fans. Don't try to sell me on this thing that front offices are not here to please the fans. They are. The dude, I forget his name, but he told me $8,200. He's like, man, for $8,200, it's like a penthouse. And I took the virtual tour and all that stuff, bro, and it is like a penthouse. I ain't gonna lie to you. That suite is crazy. Manchild, if I'd have got that suite, bro, Manchild, listen, if I'd have got that suite, we'd have went in there. You'd have thought, what's that movie with the dude about to get married and the three stupid friends do all the stupid stuff overnight? And the dude, all I can remember is the name Doug. They had like a friend named Doug or something. What's the dude? They had it's like a dude named Doug or something, and then a stupid the stupid brother, and y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, Nick G, Hangover. Yeah. Yeah, it was like the suite. The suite looked like that joint in The Hangover, bro. That penthouse. That's what this. Can you imagine a suite like that to watch the Knicks? Like 25 of us in a joint like that, just to watch 3 hours of the Knicks, bruh. Come on. $8,200. $8,200. Right? $8,200. Right? But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. People will tell you, though, that these front offices don't have to answer to us. But just imagine if DSJ footed the bill for that. DSJ footed the bill for $8,200, right? He paid for the suite and paid for, you know what I'm saying, our Airbnb so that we can hang out and party, you know, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. Think about that, man. Think about that. DSJ foots the bill, right? But then you go out there, you go out there, right? So you go out there, you go to the game, and there is no star. And Tibbs ain't playing the kids. DSJ paid $8,200. There is no star. There is no Donovan Mitchell. There is no Damian Lillard. There is no Bradley Beal. And Tibbs is playing Alec Burks and Evan Fournier. Or some combination like that. DSJ paid $8,200 to go see Derrick Rose and Evan Fournier. Because if you was on that thing, like, yo, this is business, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gotta please the fans. The fans can't call the shots. The fans can't call the shots. You know what I'm saying? The fans, man, the fans don't do. DSJ spent $8,200 and we get in that suite, and Tibbs plays Derrick Rose and Evan Fournier 40 minutes, and we lose by 17 to Brooklyn. And y'all telling me like this thing is not about the fans. And so Junior says, hey, off topic, if you into NFL. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, we got a channel called Legends. Junior, we got a channel called Legends, man. I put the link to it in the chat. But let me get off this thing because I wanna make a point about this thing, and we'll talk about that in a few. I got you. Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? So Knicks fans, they don't get the young core, because if we spent $8,200 and we went out there and we could have saw the kids play and the kids lost by 17, but we could have saw the future of the team, then I'd have been like, I'd tip my cap. Y'all got us this time. We'll be back next year. Or if we'd had Donovan Mitchell or Damian Lillard or Bradley Beal or Devin Booker and we lost by 17, I'd have been like, yo, this suite is awesome. You know what I'm saying? All this is fantastic, right? But at least we got a piece that we can build a championship with. But you can't move forward with neither. $8,200 for a suite, 25 people. We in there trying to have a good time, but Evan Fournier lead the team with 17 points on 17 shots. When do fans get their say, man? That's what I'm getting at. When do fans get their say? And so is it okay to say out loud that we need a savior? Is it okay to say that we need a savior? Is it okay to say that we need a star? When do we tuck our pride away and say it out loud. Is it okay to say that we need a star? When is it okay to say that we need a star? When is it okay to say that we Knicks fans need a star? And listen, I'm about to wrap this thing up. I'm about to make this thing real tidy and put it up, man, and talk about the disgruntled star. But I had to lay down some framework first. Do you know how long it's been since the Knicks drafted a generational talent? I know. Do you know how long it's been since the Knicks drafted their own generational talent? I'll tell you right now. It's been 13,594 days. It's been 13,594 days since the Knicks drafted Pat Ewing. Think about what I'm telling you. It's been 13,594 days since the Knicks drafted Patrick Ewing. The Knicks drafted Patrick Ewing June 18th, 1985. It's been 13,594 days since the Knicks drafted their own superstar. Well, what do you need a superstar for, Uncle Freezy? This is why. Do you know how many days it's been since the Knicks won an NBA title? It has been 18,016 days since the Knicks raised the NBA championship trophy. 18,016 days. And while that does not sound like a lot of time, just think about when people tell you one day at a time. Just do it one day at a time. Days seem long and they seem boring, right? Now imagine you got to go through 18,000 of them. Days seem long and they seem boring. Now just imagine the torture of going through that same exercise 18,016 times. $18,016 days. $18,016 days. So what is that? What does all that mean? What does all that mean to me? What does all that mean to you? What I'm telling you guys is this. I am okay with either just do something. Just do something. If you're the Knicks, just do something, man. If you're going out to get a disgruntled star, because I have a thing. I got 2 surprises on this disgruntled star list that I want to share with y'all. Right? I see my people in the chat. Right? I'm gonna throw the link out there. All I'm asking is, man, look, please stay on topic. Listen, stay on topic, man. I don't want to hear about Tom Thibodeau rotations. People don't do that. When we get on and get off topic, people just click on and start watching the Grasshopper channel when y'all change this. We just want to keep this thing Knicks related. Keep it on point, man. Be smart, man. Y'all know it. Y'all know the deal. Don't talk over each other. People be talking over each other, and then people click off and go watch the golf channel. I have a surprise name. I have two before I even bring people up. Look. Before I even put people on the joint, I'm gonna just name the disgruntled stars I think the Knicks can go after, and I think they may be able to get both. It's gonna blow your mind because it blew my mind too. Disgruntled star number 1 is Zion Williamson. If Leon Rose don't pull this off, then Leon Rose has got to go. I'm sorry, Leon. It ain't nothing personal. But you remember when I asked you the question, when does disappointment lead to a surprise, lead to a positive surprise? This is a positive surprise. You don't trade away everything for Donovan Mitchell. You still have all those assets. Why not give it to another greedy draft pick GM and David Griffin? Give him that draft capital for Zion. Right. And I know what people are going to say. Well, what about Randall? What about him? What about him? Don't start talking to me about we can't get Zion because we already have Julius Randle. Don't start talking to me about what about Obi Toppin and Julius Randle when we could possibly land Zion Williamson. I don't want to hear it. We got but we got Obi. Nah, bro. Nah. I like Obi, but he ain't Zion. I like Julius, but he ain't Zion. I like Obi, but he ain't Zion. I like Randall, but he ain't Zion. Right? Hey, Rivera, I see you. I just want to get this thing. Sav says, but Zion can't shoot. How did Julius Randle look this year? Zion can't shoot. This is the thing. They're like some of these things, bro. Some of these things is like, yo, some of these things we got to get out of this mindset of. I heard Mark Berman say on the CT show. Shout out to CT. Mark Berman said he is surprised that Knicks fans are not upset with this front office. When I heard him say that, I was like, wow. 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 Rivera, hey Rivera, I see you. Hold on for just a second. Let me say the second name on this list, on this disgruntled star list, and it's gonna surprise y'all, right? All right, so disgruntled star number 2 is Donovan Mitchell. Bam! Disgruntled star number 2 is Donovan Mitchell. What? Uncle Freezy, but you just said that Donovan Mitchell. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What I mentioned was that we didn't pull the thing off and we were disappointed. Remember, I gave the dad reference. I legit think you could see a team of Donovan Mitchell, Zion in New York, disgruntled. Because Cleveland, Ohio, in theory, is just like Salt Lake City, Utah. right? And just because Donovan got traded there, just because Donovan Mitchell got traded there doesn't mean that he wanted to go there. Just because he got traded there doesn't mean that he wanted to go there. Let me bring in my guy real quick. I'm gonna bring in my guy. Man, I love this dude. This dude's super sharp. Bam! What's good, fella?
Yo, what up, yo?
Ain't nothing to it, bro. Ain't nothing. Bro. And so if we're gonna search for disgruntled stars, man, if we're gonna search for disgruntled stars, just go with the ones that want to be here.
Exactly.
You know Zion want to be here, bro. You saw his face on draft day.
Yeah, on the draft lottery. Son, didn't he walk out?
Yeah.
He walked out. He was upset.
Yeah.
And I believe the Donovan Mitchell thing because he got 3 years left, right? Let's say he's gonna test free agency. Even if he does sign back to Cleveland, he's gonna test free agency, and that's a threat to them. So with that second, the year before he goes to become a free agent, what happens is the trade value go down.
I forgot. I told myself I wasn't gonna rock with y'all with this hat on.
Oh wow!
I gotta change hats, bro. What kind of hat should I put on, bro? You want the intellect hat? You want the thug cap, or you want the cool cap? Which one you want?
Nah, it's cool tonight. Like we chilling. I'm laid back tonight.
You cool? You cooling? All right. So let me go on this. I'm gonna go on this cool cap. Soulfinger, what's good, bro?
Soulfinger, what up, bro?
What's happening,
Soulfinger always laid back. I ain't never seen him riled up. Never.
It's because I'm tired, bro. You get old, you just let it go. Pull a Teddy P, L-I-G.
Nah, I understand. I found a gray hair in my beard. I was excited.
Yeah, man. So I'm at that point in time where I don't grow it on my head like I used to, but it's damn sure coming out of my ears and out of my nose.
And my back. Yeah.
Bruh. Holla.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, let me finish with the thing about Donovan Mitchell. So Donovan Mitchell gonna be a free agent, and that year before he leaves, they're gonna trade him because trade value down because they know they're gonna lose him for nothing. They're gonna trade him, and worst way he gonna force it. This time he didn't force his way to New York, but next time he gonna force his way to New York.
I think he's gonna try to force his way to New York in February.
You think he's gonna pull the James Harden?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna sit. He ain't gonna sit in Cleveland that long. He not a Cavalier, bro. He a Knick. He know it.
That'd be hilarious. Yo, what up?
What's up with y'all?
What's good? What's good?
How y'all, man? Salute.
Yeah, all right. We doing a little something.
Just out here searching for disgruntled stars to hunt.
Zion to the man. Listen, Zion in New York. So Soulfinger, $8,200 for a suite, right? And we go to the game, and we watch Derrick Rose, Evan Fournier, and Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's like flying to London to eat vanilla ice cream. I could have got that. I could have got that in Newark.
Yeah, that's a hard pass, especially for 8,200. Because if for 8,200, I need to see, another product on the floor. You did?
Yeah, at least some high flying or something like for 8,200. That's
man,
crazy.
High flying, an understatement, man. Because I want to see high flying. I want to see bombs being dropped. It's got to be way more than that.
But there's only one. It's only one way Zion comes here, though. There's only one way, and that way is you better not trade RJ because he ain't coming here without his mans.
Right.
That's the key.
That's the key. That's the key. And Cam ain't going either.
Yep.
Cam ain't going either. I'm telling you, bro. This thing is real, man. If you start chasing, because a lot of what I'm saying is this. I watch a lot of Knicks content creators, right? I watch a lot of Knicks content creators, bro. I watch all of them just about, right? And a lot of them like fish for ideas. They like fishing for stuff to talk about and all that stuff, right? And so there's no harm in that because their title is content creators, right?
True.
But sometimes the things that are said are
far-fetched.
lack imagination. Let me say it that way. Right? Because the thing is people are already moving on to. They're like, yo, who can we get now? Since Danny Ainge pulled a fast one, Danny Ainge think he's slick. Nobody's blaming Leon Rose. Like Leon Rose can't be blamed. Danny Ainge don't run our front office. Leon Rose does. Right? Danny Ainge don't run our front office. Leon Rose does. So you can't blame Danny Ainge for controlling the New York Knicks front office. You can't blame him for that.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of pinning the blame where it belongs, we shift the gears to who's next. Who's the next guy? And listen, if we're pointing out who the next guy is, why consider like ham sandwiches or I'm sorry, not ham sandwiches. Why consider Philly cheesesteaks? Because they upgrade over ham sandwiches. Philly cheesesteaks is an upgrade, right? But why consider going after, say, Brandon Ingram when you can get Zion? You got New Orleans on the phone anyway.
Well, being with him under contract, it's really gonna be hard for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like like I said a little bit. I think certain organizations do got it out for us for the Knicks to be great. I do agree with that. So I don't really see New Orleans GM helping us out. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's just kind of difficult.
Yeah, but
How
it helps them. It helps them too, because you already know they lose a player like Zion. Guess what? They get that number one pick right back. So it kind of helps them anyway.
Well,
Even if they don't deserve the number one pick, they're gonna get the number one pick because they don't want to lose money in that market as the NBA.
yeah,
Right.
the NBA is gonna give them a stimulus package like they did before.
Exactly.
I mean, look at it. They had number one pick when they drafted AD. They got it again when they got Zion. Now I'm gonna say something's gonna be. I'm gonna be on Mr. Unpopular right now because you're talking about Zion. He got to show me he can stay healthy. I would want him to come here if he can't stay healthy because he's been out for 83 games. So that's basically a whole. I mean, he's been out for a season. And that's been for a total about 83, 84 games, something like that. You got to prove that he can stay healthy before you do it. The name would be good. It starts, he's a star in the making. He had a lot of hype and everything come out of college, but the man got to stay healthy for him to be effective. I get the feel,
right. You expect the number one pick to stay healthy, right? So that he can lead a franchise, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You're right. But if that's the case, why weren't we saying that about Patrick Ewing? Patrick Ewing wasn't staying healthy, and he was the number one pick, and we picked him.
Yeah, but he didn't lose. He wasn't out of games like Zion this early in with those kind of injuries or either freeze.
Right.
So and granted, Zion is a freak of nature with his athleticism for his size. It's just me. I before I jump on that. Now the Donovan, I could if he was to pull a James Harden, go in and say this ain't where I want to go, get me up out of Cleveland. Hey, I'm all for it because what he could do.
Yeah,
but
I think he's gonna do that.
Yeah, but Zion.
I'll not cut you up, OG. But realistically, like, what we not understand is Donovan Mitchell, he okayed the trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, Danny Ainge had to tell him where he was going before he got traded. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying he owed him no loyalty. So for him okaying the trade, I think he looked at Garland. I think he looked at Evan Mobley. I think he looked at guys like Allen. And he's saying, like, I believe also, like, I agree with everybody. I know he's going to test free agency. I don't see him re-signing with Cavaliers. But for him staying at 2 years, that's my thing. Like, do you see a 2-year window with getting Donovan? And that's my thing. It's like, why do we gotta wait to be good? You know what I'm saying? It's like when we could have done something this summer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my man but he don't have 7 years. He don't have 9 years of NBA experience and 7 years with one team.
Yeah,
you can only do that when you reach a certain thing. You might have told him he was going to Cleveland, and what can he do? He can't do nothing. Because he don't have 9 years of NBA experience and 7 years with one team.
Yeah, and see my whole thing. Like I said, if Donovan pulls a James Harden, we can see. But and then if he wants to hit free agency, to get more money because I know he could probably get a little bit more if he stayed with Cleveland. Possibly, I don't know how his contract, but normally it's kind of set like that. But I'm pretty sure if he hits the free agency, Leon's gonna try to roll that Brinks truck up to him. If Leon is still around, it's, if was a fifth, we all be four. And It's just that the whole thing with me and Zion, he's got to be healthy, man. That's my thing. Because when you say Zion, Breezy, you know who I think of? Antonio McDyess. And I would hate for us to go back in that kind of situation again.
Hey, but so Finger, what kind of situation you in right now, though?
Oh man, we are in somewhat of a purgatory, somewhat of a because we don't know. We don't even really know what we got because the young players we don't really know exactly what we have in them.
Because they hadn't impressed the coaching staff enough. They had.
I mean, along with that, man, it's already got you all choked up when you was talking about
emotional. Got me emotional,
man. But the thing about it is, just real quick, I'm not trying to talk about Tibbs rotations, nothing like that. But Tibbs was forced to play the other players when people went down instead of seeing what they got. I mean, right now he has really in a lot of ways he has no choice because a lot of his favorite toys are gone. So we'll see what we got. But
it sounds like you're trying to blame Tibbs.
No. Oh no. I mean, look, I'm not gonna go back in the past on what's that. We could put it on the TV and or pull up old video and stuff to show. I'm just looking at what we got as of now. We got to see exactly what we got to really move forward to be able to cut bait and see who's gonna really stay.
Right. So what we have right now is comparable to a Zion. I'm just asking.
You know what? When you put it like that, yeah, you can say it in a lot of ways. And what I mean by that is not that we got also we got somebody you got question marks. Like I'm saying, I'm questioning his health. You got to question what we got the rest of these young players we have. We can say potential,
right.
But potential get a lot of people fired.
And then that's my point. I think it fall back in the RJ category because that's my point. Like, I mean, we haven't really seen the sample size of Zion because of health. So I agree with you with that. But like back to Duke days, what have they won? That's why I feel like it's desperation on our end of Knicks just wanting to star, which we deserve. But it's like we really got to map out a plan. Like, really, what Cam, RJ, and Zion, they didn't even win nothing in Duke. So I don't really get how that transferred just because they in the same team on the NBA. We're going to be a top playoff team in the East.
Yeah, but don't your game get polished once you get to the league? You start learning how to play the game the correct way, et cetera, et cetera. Feel me? I'm
not disagreeing with that, Rivera. I'm just saying, give me the sample size of besides talking like stats, numbers of saying why Zion. Like I don't understand. Like I get the hype.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, Gunner. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Right. I get the hype of it, but it's just like at the end of the day, Duke didn't even win the championship.
But y'all said that already. What I'm telling you is this. What I'm saying to you to this, and this is new. I'm not going to repeat the same thing that I've been saying. What I'm saying is you are taking a sample size of 38 games by 3 18-year-olds and projecting it to an 82 game schedule for 22-year-olds. So you're saying those 18-year-olds had 38 games to do something and they didn't. So that means at age 22, these dudes in 82 games won't accomplish nothing.
No, I'm not saying that, Freezy. What I'm saying is
that's what it sounded like to my ears. My ears, it sounded like you said when they were at Duke, they didn't do nothing in the 38 games that they played together. And on top of that, Zion missed about 10 of those games, and Cam Reddish played through an injury then. Right? So those three only played together about 27, 28 games. Right? And so you're saying that sample size of 28 games is what we should judge those dudes on over an 82 game schedule when all three are at 22 years old.
No, I'm not saying that at all because I believe to me, I believe Zion, I believe RJ. I believe RJ. I believe RJ. Everybody. I believe RJ and Zion when he on the floor. I believe they show better potential than Jalen Brunson, a guy who won a championship in college. So I'm not saying that because that didn't necessarily pan out. Just because Jalen Brunson won a championship in college, that don't mean he necessarily transitions to be a star in the NBA. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, what is the sample size of it? Like, besides the hype of it, like,
traditionally.
Hold on, coach. I wasn't finished. I got you, coach. I'm gonna spin it to you. All I was just saying, coach, basically is like, I just don't get like I just feel like we back to square one again, just wanting a star, and I don't really get what he does. I don't really get how he helped us. That's all I'm saying. Besides selling tickets.
Okay, go ahead, coach.
No, but what I'm saying that the only piece I disagree with the college thing and all that is, well, first of all, hello everybody, salute. Sorry about that. You know, traditionally, you know, these players, and this is for a long time now, even back to the Jordan days at Carolina. A lot of these college players that have come from these powerhouse programs that got quote unquote all-star lineups, they don't tend to take off till they get to the pros. A lot of these guys, we've seen it all the time with the Kentucky teams that had they were loaded with talent, and some of these guys that only averaged like 13, 14 points in college, and all of a sudden they're a 20, 25 point scorer in the NBA, you know, stuff like that. So sometimes some of these kids, their game translates to the pro game. You know what I mean? And so with Zion, I felt because he was head and shoulders above everybody physically, that it was a little bit of a, you know, that doesn't translate when you start playing with grown men. Now he still has, you know, the physical edge over a lot of guys in the league, but the injuries, you know, like Soul was saying, you know what I'm saying, that's a problem.
It's a conundrum that we face. But bro, just because a dude didn't win it and a group of kids didn't win it in college don't mean they won't do anything in the pros. Because if that's the case, why did Zion go number one? And then also this year's number one pick was also on a stacked team, right? And he didn't win the championship, right? So if it's just about what did he do, then why take Paolo Banchero number one if he didn't do anything in school and he played with 5 or 4 first-round picks? He played with 4 first-round picks. I'm sorry. Duke had 4 first-round picks. He, what's the wing shooter? AJ Griffin.
AJ Griffin, yeah.
AJ Griffin. Mark Williams. And what's the other kid? The other wing player. I forget the other wing player. And then we took Trevor Keels off that team early in the second round. And they didn't win. They didn't win nothing. Does that mean Paolo Banchero can't win in the NBA?
Yeah, and then you take like some of the traditional classic, you know, powerhouse best teams that we remember back in the day, Freezy, like the UNLV team, right?
Running Rebels, yeah.
Out of that team, really, I mean, Stacey Augmon had a little pretty good,
Hunt, Greg
Anderson Hunt, Greg. I mean, really, LJ, he was the only one that really ate in the NBA, but he never reached his kind of potential because the injuries, and he was kind of undersized, power forward at first, even though he was really a small forward kind of thing.
Right.
Like, as good as they were and dominant in college, like their games didn't translate to the NBA. Same can be said for the Duke team. Like, besides Grant Hill, you know, Leitner had, you know, 1 or 2 promising years, but after that, you know, Bobby Hurley didn't do much. Thomas Hill didn't do anything. Cherokee Parks, you know, like all them guys, like that, they didn't do nothing. But, you know, Grant Hill was the only one that, you know. So it's you can't compare college success because it's different with everybody in the end. You know, it's nice to get a head start on what they might be, but some of these kids, like look at all these guys that come around, like, who's this? Who's that? You know, like, he didn't do that in college. I mean, you know, look, Devin Booker didn't score like that in college.
Right.
You know?
And the topic wasn't even about great college basketball teams. It was about getting Zion. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so if you're the Knicks and if you're obsessed with finding a disgruntled star, why aim low? Why not aim high?
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna give away kids, and draft picks, why give away kids for Josh Giddey?
Yeah.
That's why give away kids for D'Angelo Russell?
But I'm trying to take the context out of this, out of everything. Like, why is the Pelicans, like, and I know we all speaking hypothetically, but just like in common sense, like, why would the Pelicans like give away their first round draft pick just to help the Knicks out? Like, same situation with the Danny.
It's not helping the Knicks. They're getting rid of damaged goods. He's injury prone.
How and they re-signed him though. I don't. They just
but they're
him.
getting rid of a problem before a problem starts, because in 2 years he's going to ass out.
But if he's a problem, why do we want him on our team? We can't contradict ourselves.
No,
I don't want him on the team.
No, he's a problem for New Orleans because he's going to become a problem for not winning or not doing enough over there. He don't want to play in that small market.
Who said that they getting rid of they not helping us out. They getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
They not doing this trade for free.
And the thing is it's duly noted he wanted to come to New York, though. That is duly noted that Zion did want to be a Knick. And you see how it is when he got interviewed, his interviews about playing in the Garden. It's like the cat that he is like Steve Urkel hooking up with the cheerleader when he's sitting up there smiling and things, talking about the Garden. Now, like I said, my thing is it's health. That's my thing. He's a transitional talent. He's like a freak of nature, the things he can do.
Okay.
But it's the injuries that concern me, truth be told. And if he, so that's the thing that has to be proven. Can this man stay healthy?
Yo, City for real is in the building. What's good, City? City, what's good, man? It's always good to see City for real.
And he needs to stay in shape.
That's my guy right there. The thing is about the Knicks, we can keep healthy ham sandwiches all we want. That's what we have right now. We have healthy ham sandwiches. They healthy. How come they not doing nothing though? How come we don't see those ham sandwiches in the All-Star game? They healthy, right?
I know.
I just Jay, how you doing, man?
Fantastic. And yourself?
Man, I'm okay.
Jay, how you feel about all this, man?
I feel better than this
Same
morning.
old crap, different day.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hear your perspective on this Zion Williamson thing.
Who got that started? I missed that part.
Got what part started? I'm sorry, I hear you.
The Zion talk.
Me.
Zion reminds me of a guy that we'll love and will probably just save him to like only playoffs because he's gonna miss so many games. That's who he reminds me of. There's a guy like that.
And then you add the Knicks voodoo on him.
Ugh.
We might as well forget about it.
That's all I'm saying. He just give me Mari Stoudemire vibes. Like, he a good player, but like, he's not gonna play. Like, I mean, I just don't get. That's why I say. That's why I wasn't challenging nobody's authority. I'm just saying, other than selling tickets and the name, how does he help us? Yeah. If he's always on the sideline and overweight, like you know what I mean?
You know what's the perfect example of Zion? And I know this is like a different sport, but he reminds me so much of like Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge missed so many games throughout his career. And now that he's healthy, you see what he's putting up. And you're like, man, just be healthy all the time. Like, he's just one of those guys, he's going to miss games.
Hey, Jay, you know what he'll be? He'll be another Eddie Curry.
Oh, my God.
What the potential?
He's already produced more than Eddie Curry, though.
No, I'm just saying, like, if he come to the Knicks, if he come to us, it just when you're in a uniform, everybody will cheer, but he'll just always be out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So the problem then is not Zion. The problem is the Knicks. The problem is the Knicks then. The problem is not Zion, because if he does one thing in one place, come to New York and do something else, maybe it's not the player, maybe it's the organization. And if it's the organization, then what are we doing? We wasting time. What are we doing?
Like I said, it's health for me. Like I said, the other cats here on the panel gave some good examples or comparisons. Stat, but like I said, you got the stat, and that was a good one. I keep thinking Antonio McDyess, man.
I'm too.
That what comes to mind with me. I know I'm really dating myself going back, but
and even Larry Johnson, when we got him, I mean, his back was all messed up.
Yeah, it wasn't the same. He wasn't grandmama. He wasn't playing grandmama to Larry Johnson.
Yeah, luckily he picked up an outside shot.
Yeah, he was Larry Johnson without the goal too.
That extended his career.
Yeah, but even then, Zion is still better, man. Zion is really good.
Yeah, well, I don't even understand where we even go. I'm baffled.
He could be Barkley.
Well, he good.
He good.
Don't even start saying that. He's better than Barkley. We all start saying that.
But the thing, this is the other part to it. Because a lot was said about Steph and his ankle, because he missed a lot of games early in his career, and it flipped, and now we have Steph. So, like I said, you just gotta see if Zion can stay healthy. If you can get a healthy Zion, he signed that extension, that big contract. So, unless he says get me up out of here, then hey, it is what it is. It's gonna be, sweet dreams are made of these. Who am I to disagree?
Yeah. Let me just say this, Rivera, real quick. McDyess wish he was Zion. Antonio McDyess has never in his career averaged 22 points a game.
Oh no,
never. Zion averaged 26 points a game in his second season. And we talking about McDyess as bro. I think we have a healthy fear factor here, and the fear factor is not even the injuries. Right? Because if I told y'all you can go get Joel Embiid today for Obi, y'all would do it. Yeah. I think what it is like like it's not even Zion's injuries. It's a fear. My belief, and I ain't saying this in no disrespectful way, because I love everybody. I love y'all. Y'all my dogs. Y'all know that. I think y'all are scared of being good. And I'm saying scared. I'm saying scared with a capital S.
Oh no!
Not afraid.
Nah.
No, I've been there. I rooted for the team when it was good. So
like y'all
don't put me in that mix.
Like y'all need Scooby snacks.
This is what it is. This is what it is for me, Freezy. Because I've seen the good, I've seen the bad, and we living in the ugly. So right now, for me, it's all about can the man stay healthy. If he can stay healthy, hey, and you can get him.
But Sophie, you didn't answer my question. What have your healthy ham sandwiches done?
What would have they done? They ain't done much of nothing.
Right.
Nothing. I mean, you got and the thing is, again,
hey, hold on. Somebody got some YouTube open or something.
That was my bad.
Good. I mean, for me,
you rookie.
For me,
go ahead.
Yeah, for me, from where I see it, and hey, I could be wrong. A lot of it is the way things have been going. You had these young guys. You can't say he doesn't play the young guys, because he does play the young guys. He doesn't play all the young guys. We got certain young guys that are not getting a lot of action, because RJ is a young guy who's got a lot of time. Grimes, considering the way things went down, started getting more time. IQ got more time, and Mitch, when he's healthy, has gotten time. So a lot of it, I think it's multi-layered. It's just not one thing when it comes to some as you call them, our ham sandwiches. These other young cats on the team, because I don't think we got all ham sandwiches on the team. I think we may have a little pastrami. You can have you a little.
Some of them are condiment sandwiches.
Yeah.
You can't even afford the ham. Right. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
But Sophie, let me ask you this though. So why does that rule apply to them and not to Zion? Zion is only 8 days older than RJ Barrett.
So
the youth thing applies to our guys, but it don't apply to Zion.
It's the whole different thing. Look at the team. Zion is the face of, he was drafted as the face of the franchise, and he was given the keys. When you look at RJ was never given the keys to the car, keys to the mansion.
But why is that though?
Yeah.
Why
So
is it? Yeah, I'll tell you, from what I see, and here we go, because he frees. I see what you're doing, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to jump on it with both feet. Look at your coach.
No.
Look at how it goes with the coach.
Oh, boy.
Who's New Orleans coach?
Yeah. See what
Hey, Fingers, I think reason why I disagree with that, because I think the coach just give the keys to the star player, and the star player is Julius Randle.
Well, see, I got stopped before you cut me off. I was about to say it's Julius Randle. Look at the coach. Okay. Julius Randle is his man. That's who he rolls with. Julius Randle was more like the face of the franchise at this point in time. And when things fell off, RJ got a chance to get the keys because Randle was going through what he was going through.
But I disagree with that because go ahead, because back before passing you on Freezy, but back in New Orleans days, Anthony Davis was clearly the best player. So that's what I'm saying. Randle clearly in Tip's eyes is better than RJ. That's all.
All right, let me bring in my guys real quick. City for real is in the building. What's good? City is in the building. Nick G's in the building, and Wisdom is in the building. What's good, guys?
Good,
I'm ready. I'm here, boss. What's up, Jack?
What's good, man? I don't got none of my headphones and stuff like that or nothing like that with me, but you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to check in and chime in with you guys and say what's up. I'm digging.
Hey, I love you, bro. You know you my man. I love you, man. You my man, bro.
You already know, man. We got to get back to doing that thing that we like to do, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? We got to get back to shouting out our people.
I started to sing Cool It Now.
You like it, that they rocking with us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, when I saw you pop up on the thing, I started to say, Cool It Now. You got to cool it down.
Watch out, chow.
Gotta get back to it, man. I'm gonna jump back down there and say what's up to my other peoples down there that be in the chat and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And y'all keep rocking, holding it down, bro. But once I get my stuff back, I'm coming back, baby.
Hey, man, I can't wait, bro. I can't wait, bro.
Bobby, Ricky, and Mike.
It's good to see you too, man.
All right.
Yeah. Good to see you, bro.
Salute, brother.
Here's the microcosm of the Knicks' dysfunctionality. How many of you think Lowe's going to get time this year?
Who?
I do. If he healthy, he gonna play over IQ.
So here's my. I think maybe most of us, if not half.
You said Rose?
D Rose.
Okay.
Healthy D Rose going to get minutes, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
And of course, Brunson's probably going to run 32 to 36, somewhere in there. So let's average 34. So D Rose will get at least 10, 12 minutes a game, right?
20, yeah.
Oh, 20. Okay. But okay, so we're looking at that. D Rose. Derrick Rose. Here's our dysfunctionality. If I said to you, I got a player, I'm going to pay him $14 million a year. He's going to be your backup, part-time. Let me give you another step. He's going to basically be load managed as a part-time backup player, getting $14 million a year. Would you laugh me out the room and say, who's going to pay $14 million to be a backup, part-time load management player? That's the Knicks in a nutshell.
That's not. Yeah, well, to get back to Zion, though, we gotta get back to Zion.
Hold on. Wait. Can I respond to that?
It's about Zion because I don't get crazy because we're fearful of having Zion come over and worried about injuries and what's going to go wrong, and we're going to inevitably go back to what we were because we have PTSD and we always seem to find guys who always seem to let us down some way, even when they're trying their best, like D Rose is doing, because we always seem to just come back full circle to having another cat, a Kiki Vandeweghe on his downside. just somehow we do stuff like that. So it is fair. We all scared. We're scared. I'm going for Zion.
I call them scared. I knew that was gonna get under their skin. I just wanted to say that because I just wanted to troll.
Yeah, but what
I just wanted to troll. You know, I don't mean
Zion,
that. I don't mean that.
But what makes us think we? Why would New Orleans not want to get rid of Zion? I don't understand.
That's what I'm trying to figure out too.
Like I don't understand why that's a possibility.
Let me say something real quick. This is all based upon Zion being healthy for a couple years. This is not doing it just because we want Zion. This is doing it based upon he's healthy for a couple years. He wants to get out. That's why he's saying disgruntled star, because he wants to leave New Orleans. That's why he's saying that. Not, oh, New Orleans is going to do us a favor and just give him somebody. It's because someone's demanding to leave and don't want to be there no more. Who else would that be? That would be Zion, the same person that was angry about not coming in the first place.
Right. But that's after the organization like did things like accountable when they come to the table, and the reason why he also signed the extension. Like, we doing everything for you, Zion. We got you BI, we got you CJ McCut. Like, so even if he don't want to be there, he can agree that the organization, the team around him is trying to build around him something that we need to try to.
That's what I'm saying. Are we going off of just his original draft? Because what is shown? He's disgruntled now.
Right.
Like what? Explain to me how he's disgruntled.
All right, let me explain.
Let's prove that to you.
Let me explain to you. So now that they put those pieces around him, right, and it doesn't work out, that's when he becomes disgruntled. That's when he says, "Let me out."
You're hoping for. Oh, sorry, Rivera. Go ahead.
But this is all hypothetical. But this is all hypothetical. Y'all taking it too literal. This is all hypothetical.
But it don't make sense.
Who goes to say?
So your hypothetical theory is a year from now or 2 years from now?
No. Let's hear Nick G. Nick G, you got cut off. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nick G.
No, I was going to respond to something else because I thought that's what the
Derrick
topic
Rose
was.
To the Derrick Rose thing, right?
Because Derrick Rose is made us the best bench in basketball last year. The question mark is that, like, even though Zion went healthy and was like putting up numbers, they weren't the best of anything.
Exactly.
The other half to that is on Duke, RJ was the leader. Right now, Brandon Ingram is the leader. Zion still can't shoot. You're still gonna have a Julius Randle type problem. Yes, he's much better at finishing in the paint. He can't pass as well as Julius Randle. But again, too, like the fit is still iffy. We don't have shooters outside of Quentin Grimes. So is IQ gonna be the Donovan Mitchell replacement at that point in time? Like, you gotta, like, some people like want to just get a star like Stephen A. Smith. I'm just gonna use him as the example. Berman, make the big trade, but then not even think about the team.
Hey, I'll be right back, y'all.
So when you think about like the Melo era, if anyone remembers the Melo era, we made the trade. That was never the problem. Trading the assets and all that crap was never the problem. Is what you do after the Melo trade.
Yep.
Because the other half to it is that Melo was healthy the whole time, aka RJ Barrett. But then the guy, the power forward at that time, who everyone gives a pass, was unhealthy the whole time, aka Zion Williamson in this position
scenario
right now.
Yeah. So much so he couldn't even get his knees insured.
Huh?
That makes sense.
I was saying he couldn't even get his knees insured.
Man, his kneecaps were like eaten off, and he was trying to like soak in wine to get healthy. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, he did the
taking wine baths.
Yeah, he did the plasma.
Oh, that's
he did the plasma stuff. He did the plasma transfer and all that. You know.
And don't get me wrong, I'm gonna agree with y'all. I don't want Zion if he's gonna not be healthy. I'm just saying this based upon what Freezy hypothetical was. That's all.
Yeah, and I think the thing we missing though, Nick G, the thing that we're missing, Nick G, is this: when we signed Amari Stoudemire, Amari Stoudemire already had multiple seasons and years on those knees.
I agree.
And injuries. And he had a microfracture surgery in his second year. Right? He had a surgery in his second year, and we knew in his second year that he was a ticking time bomb. We didn't know when it was going to be over for him.
Okay.
Right. The thing about Zion is he had the same surgery that Joel Embiid had. He had the same surgery Joel Embiid had. The same broken bone on the top of his foot. A big guy broke a bone on the top of his foot. He got a screw inserted in the foot, and he sat out a season. Right? So forgive me if you heard this before. A top 3 pick, a big guy, breaks the bone top of his foot. He gets a screw inserted, and he misses a year. And then he comes back the next year. Right?
Mitchell Robinson.
And then what happens? Joel Embiid, right now, y'all are telling me about Zion Williamson can't stay healthy, but Joel Embiid, with the same procedure, just averaged 30 points a game at center in a league that doesn't value centers.
Can I do? Let me respond to that. Just
go ahead,
my background. I'm in the medical field. I told this story last year. I work with a doctor that actually worked with Zion. He was in school at the time at Duke with Zion Williamson, while Zion was in college, of course. He told me Zion will become healthy at some point in time. And when he does, he's going to be a monster. He is also a Knicks fan, this doctor that I'm talking about. So when
this is not Dr. Doolittle or Dr. Pepper.
No.
This is not Dr. J you talking about.
Dr. Scholes.
This ain't Dr. Scholes.
No, it's definitely not Dr. Scholes.
Okay.
Dr. Green Thumb.
So this doc, he told me that, hey, look, straight up, Zion is going to become healthy. And I still believe it. He told me last year, 60% Kemba Walker will not stay healthy. That was his money. I was like, okay, cool. I think Zion will become healthy, but to say that you don't have concerns or won't be reticent on trying to go after Zion, the plus side is there's some other pluses to Zion. One, CAA. If any way you could get the medicals and cheat to get under the whatever it is to get some intel on Zion, CAA may be able to pull something off. You would hope, at least. Then also, too, besides the doctor saying that he could become healthy, is the fact that where my biggest concern is, I don't like his contract, not for the money, but the weight that is on that contract that they don't want him to get to is actually 290. I'm sorry, but 260 should have been the number. Because his optimal weight, where a 6'6" person could actually bear weight on that body, is actually around 260. Muscle, if it's all muscle, 280 probably, but 260 is best for Zion Williamson, and they have it at 290. So that's a flaw to it. It sounds good that he has injury stuff and incentives and weight stuff in the contract, but it's 290, not 260.
Mm-hmm. You know what's crazy about the contract too? A lot of people saying, "Oh, he signed the contract. That means he want to be there." No, he signed the contract based upon his injury stuff. He knows in the back of his mind that he needed that money as insurance, like Coach said. It's not because he wanted to be there. It's because he needs to make sure his family's straight for the next few years. Well, for the rest of their life or whatever. That's the reason why he signed it. He didn't sign it because he really wanted to be there.
Right. Most of his guaranteed.
Right. Oh, go ahead, Rivera. I doubt that. Only reason I doubt that because, like, if he would have bet on himself and not signed the contract, we'd have gave him the money. Period.
Yeah, true. That's true. That's true. But still,
so like he would have got the money from somewhere else, a first round draft pick. Like that's why I don't think he want to come here because I think he really like he got an endorsement deal with Jordan, man. Like. It makes sense for him to want to play in a bigger market. So I understand.
But I don't mean that he signed that because he wasn't going to get anything else from anybody else. I'm saying it because why wouldn't he do it there? They offering it right. I'm going to take it right away. But just in case, either way, he was going to get paid. But still, as of right now, I don't know if I'll be going for 2 years. You know what I mean? He might come back and get injured again.
And
money.
He's got 2 stars there. He didn't even got to help.
That's what I'm about to say. Thank you.
You don't even have to worry about having all the weight on his shoulders. So
yeah, but
that's what I'm about to say.
But it's not about that. It's more about him personally. It's not about who's around him. He could go for a dunk tomorrow.
I agree with Coach, man.
No, I'm saying, but I'm talking about his wish to want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, CJ Keller and BI, bro. I'm not saying that like I say, like, it's hard for him to argue with the organization that they're not trying to help him win. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what I'm saying. His negotiation, even his tactic of getting out, he can never come there with that He can never say that. He can even be like, Zion, why you want out? Oh, because y'all not, you guys are not trying to help me win. Really? Oh. We traded BI. We got BI here.
But that becomes after they've done it for a few years.
Rookie contract. Freezy, confirm this. Yeah. Rookie contracts. Who can give you the most years?
The team that drafted.
Who can give me a truly max contract? So therefore, why would he sign the best contract he could possibly get offered right now, ensuring that even if he gets injured this year, he got a contract signed?
Yeah, that's why he did the song and dance. Yeah. That's why he said I love New Orleans. Exactly. So he can get that 5th year max money.
5th year max money.
And y'all ever been in New Orleans?
Hold
pretty nice.
Hold on, yo. Hold on. Let me finish. Y'all been rocking, man. I can't even. Hold on. What I'm saying is it benefited him to do the song and dance so that he can get max money. But all the stuff leading up to the signing of that contract was Zion and the front office was beefing. Right. So you just can't dismiss one out of hand without dismissing the other out of hand too.
Exactly.
I think he make his money back in endorsements though with that Jordan deal. Like I don't really think he could have went to us and like I said, he's signed with. No, I'm just saying, like, say if he didn't sign the rookie deal, and I understand that, like, if you sign with the same team that drafted you, that they can give you the most money. But if he go to a big market like New York and he don't get the money, but he definitely make up that money just with that Jordan endorsement deal in New York. Period. He makes that money.
Really a bad injury unless he injures himself this year.
Yeah, but don't you want to make that money? Don't you want to make that money and have more off the court money? Exactly. Why you want to make up money?
Ex Tom Brady. He won. He got. That's why he a Super Bowl champion.
But Tom Brady is 45 years old, bro.
No, I'm not trying to switch the cloth, but I'm just saying, like, he never was a high paid quarterback. That's why I respect him because he dedicated himself to the team. Right, Coach? Coach, you a football player.
Sounds like y'all are afraid of greatness.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a Jets fan. I don't like Tom Brady whatsoever.
I have a question for each and every one of you guys. I want to know what you guys would do in this scenario. Let's say David Griffin calls you guys. You guys are Leon Rose. And he says, listen, man, Zion Williams are unhappy, right? But I'm not trading you Zion Williamson, right? I'm not going to ever let him go till it's the last possible moment. But to make Zion happy, I'm willing to pair him with RJ Barrett. Now that RJ Barrett signed his extension and David Griffin offers you Brandon Ingram to keep Zion happy for the next couple of years, would you guys do it?
Absolutely.
So you're trading RJ for
BI?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why you ask that question?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's an upgrade.
Bye, RJ.
Maybe it's another way to get a disgruntled star in here.
I like that, Jay.
Here's the problem with the comment Freezy said. It's not that we're afraid of greatness. It's greatness is afraid of the Knicks. Okay, that's the problem. We haven't been able to convince greatness to come here.
And so here's the thing. This is how I know that this thing that y'all saying is hypocritical. How in the hell are you gonna say that you would trade for Brandon Ingram, but you won't trade for Zion? And the excuse is that you don't want to trade for an injury-prone player. When you know, I'm gonna read off the amount of games Brandon Ingram played the last 5 seasons: 55, 61, 62, 52, 59. Wow. And y'all sitting up here acting like that the injury thing is the reason why you don't want Zion. That's the most hypocritical shit. I ain't never heard no mess like that before. Y'all didn't even wait. Y'all didn't even wait until another live stream to say it. Y'all said it 30 minutes after you said Zion was injury prone, that you would trade for Brandon Ingram, who is also injury prone.
Yeah, but
I mean,
Freezy,
that makes sense, Uncle Freezy, but I just can't be.
But Uncle Freezy, here the facts. 55, 61, 62, 52, 59.
All right, read
those are the facts. Oh yeah, I would
Freezy,
do it. Oh yeah, I would
Zion's
trade
first
for
3
RJ.
years.
I would trade RJ in a minute for Brandon Ingram. But then when I bring up the injury thing, and now y'all like, nah, man, but injuries are different.
I don't want either one of them.
I can't believe what I just heard. I'm legit in shock.
And as
I mean, you make sense, Uncle Freezy. I can't argue with that. My whole point, I just think B.I. better than RJ. That's all. That's why I said.
Yo, y'all be hating
I believe
RJ.
what I just heard.
I don't God, y'all be hating RJ. Why y'all hate RJ so
Yeah,
much?
man, what's going? Yo,
that's all everyone wants to do. They want to replace him before he even gets a chance.
Nah, Rivera, I don't hate RJ.
Get a real chance to develop. He ain't had these other guys we're talking about have had pieces around him already.
All right, let's stick with Zion. Let's stick with
Zion played. Can I read how many games Zion played? 24, 61, and 0.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you just said, but that wasn't the point. You just said, hell yeah, I would trade RJ Barrett for Brandon Ingram. You just said,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I will do it. Yeah.
But
absolutely.
The only downfall is don't trade for Zion because Zion can't stay healthy. But you would trade RJ Barrett for a player that can't stay healthy.
Oh, okay. I see what you're comparing. You comparing RJ to Zion,
No. I'm comparing the injury conversation. That's all I'm doing.
Right.
The injury conversation. Because you brought up the doctor. And Nick G, I trust you, bro.
Yeah.
I trust you. You know what I'm saying?
I would trade for I'm letting you know, like right now, I would trade for Zion Williamson. But I do understand, like, to me, I wish the contract was more favorable from a weight standpoint, because to me, that's what's going to keep him injured or get him injured. And it's not at a place where he could stay healthy.
Do those provisions stay when he goes to another team?
Yeah. Because it's a 5-year contract on top of that.
Yeah.
So, Freeze, would you do it?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not trading for. I'm not trading a dude like RJ Barrett that gets hurt and plays for a dude that gets hurt and doesn't play.
Okay, the one thing I would say, just to reframe it, to me, it's who you're giving up. If we're trading Julius Randle for Zion Williamson, who says no? At least on this panel, I can't see the comments right now, but who says no?
Probably no one. I wouldn't say no.
Yo, I can't believe the clear double standard. The double standard is real, bro.
Like you're saying, double standard for.
I mean, if it's that and a couple picks, some picks, I'd do it. I don't. You can give them how many picks they want.
Randall generally plays 82, 81 games per
somewhere
season.
In there, somewhere between 75. Randall
he is reliable as reliable.
He's a donkey, bro.
Yeah, he's solid. He is solid.
He played through a thigh. And y'all ever had, Coach, you ever had a thigh contusion? Like a deep thigh bruise?
Hell yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, Randall played 10 straight games with that. They made him sit, and he was damn near about to cry. Y'all remember the Milwaukee Bucks game? The game
when he had the hurt quad.
Yeah,
hurt quad, and they made
they made him
sit out.
Yeah, they made him sit, bro, because he had been playing 10 games with it. They was like, just take one day off, bro. You ain't gonna lose your job to Obi, man. Not that fat. Come on, man. One game, you ain't gonna lose your job to Obi. And they made him sit.
Look how Randall's transformed his body. He's got the chubby gene.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's doing it. So I don't know, man.
Yeah, and it's one of them.
And his contract is cheaper too. Technically.
yeah. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The moral of the story is us as Knicks fans, we're never gonna be happy with anybody ever, because we're gonna find something to nitpick, something to complain about, and we're just gonna always be an unhappy bunch.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's how I feel.
If you're not
because at the end of the day,
we don't want you here. That's what.
Yeah, I don't feel like we trying to win because go ahead, Coach.
Well, no, I'm saying where the analogy is where this spoiled little princess, okay, who's been spoiled her whole life, and then she gets married, and then you have this nice little house, and it's nice, but then she's not satisfied with that. She wants a bigger house.
Yeah.
She wants a bigger car. She wants and all of a sudden that ain't good enough.
Like
and you got to make more money.
Just like the Tampa Bay Bucks. Remember the Tampa Bay Bucks had 3 running backs, right? They had Warwick Dunn, another dude off the bench. I can't remember his name. And they had a dude named Mike Allstott.
Allstott, yeah.
And they were frustrated that they didn't have an every down back. And we were like, why do you need an every down back when you got 3 dudes that get the job done?
Exactly.
And then they wound up drafting a dude named Cadillac Williams, who looked the part. Anybody in here remember Cadillac Williams?
Yep.
Because people were bringing the rims to the stadium and spinning out. Yeah. They got Cadillac, and every year he tore his ACL.
Yeah.
And instead of just letting Mike Allstott play, instead of just letting Warwick Dunn play, and I forget the other.
Ernest Graham.
Was it Ernest Graham?
Well, Ernest Graham was rocking it every year. He was like the preseason MVP, but he just couldn't. He always kept getting stuck on the practice squad.
I'm trying to switch the club, but remember Terrell Pryor and them, the Ohio State Buckeyes? That was my team, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Terrell Pryor.
Basically, what I'm getting at is that the opportunity presents itself, or if it doesn't, the Knicks should be proactive in going out and getting a guy. Because at the end of the day, our healthy ham sandwiches are never going to offer you 26 points a game on 60% shooting. I saw somebody in the chat, and somebody on this panel, and somebody in the chat said Zion can't shoot, right? Man, Zion can't shoot. But he shot 60% from the floor and scored 26 points a game. And shot 33% from 3. And they said Zion can't shoot, right?
Well,
but Zion's 3-point shot is comparable to RJ Barrett. And the thing is we make all these. Zion can't shoot.
And Grimes and IQ and the rest of our 3-point shooters.
They like, 60%. They like, 26 points a game ain't nothing, especially on 60% from the floor. That ain't nothing. Just because Wilt Chamberlain is one of the only people to ever do it, that don't mean nothing.
You know what the problem is, Freezy? It's because most of us fans are from New York, and we're not impressed by anything. So if you're from New York, you know that nobody's impressed with anything. You could be the biggest celebrity in the world. We'll act like we don't care about you. So that's why we act like that with other players coming here. We always find an excuse of why they can't do nothing. We ain't impressed with nothing. Oh, Donovan Mitchell, 6'1", playing against Jalen Brunson. Playing next to Jalen Brunson. He's already a star, but so what? It ain't going to work. But now we don't got him, and we crying.
Right. Exactly. I mean, the same argument about bring a star here, and when I bring in a star, Zion is already a superstar. He's not a star. So, I mean, amazingly, with 80 games in his bag, in his 3rd year, he's actually considered a superstar right now. All you got to do is stay healthy. That's the only criteria. And yes, we know that's a big, question mark. But if we get Zion, who else is going to want to come here and play with Zion? The same concept of getting a star here.
Yeah.
Bringing another star. So right away, it's everybody on the squad is available right now for me to get Zion. Everybody. I love some of these youth, but everyone.
And that's my problem. And that's my biggest problem. What?
You're not. Zion's gonna leave. If you
but Rivera, that's my problem. Like free agency don't even look that bright next year. I just don't like. Who do you see say like, okay, yeah, let's take who's coming here to play with RJ
next year, the next 2-3 years.
Right.
That's the problem. So it's just like we must yeah, like what Jay said, like yesterday, bro. Like this trade, bro, like even getting Zion, not getting Donovan Mitchell, bro, is a big deal, bro. That's a big deal, bro. It set us back 5 to 7 years, bro. And
there's a lot of superstars in the league that give RJ a lot of props.
But
you know what on social media, there's a lot of superstars that talk about RJ.
You know what it makes me feel like? Like the moment we hear the word disgruntled star, we got to nitpick at him, right? I feel like the only time we're going to accept a star to come here is if it ever happens through free agency and they chose us, and then we can be like, you
Right.
know what? He chose us. He wants to be a Knick. But for us to trade for one, nah. He's too small, or he's too fat, or his foot looks ugly. He gets too hurt. We got to give up who? Nah, it's always the excuses. I'm over it, all of it. I just want to win. I'm done with the excuses. I really am.
Yeah, because the minute we get somebody, they're all going to start complaining and picking them apart before he even steps on the dang court.
Mm-hmm.
It happens every time with everyone we get, no matter how good or bad they are. There's always negative Nancy's out there that just
Then with
poo
Zion,
on everything.
then with Zion, it seemed like everybody loved Obi. It's like we really know, like we have to get rid of Obi and Randall if we get Zion. Like both of them have to go to me. You know what I'm saying? Just for Zion to play.
You know what's so funny? I think I was over the weekend. I forgot what show he was on, but Trae Young said, "Yo, it would be cool to play for the Knicks one day, right?" But I know so many Knicks fans would be like, "Hell no, I don't want Trae," because of that one playoff series he had against us. Like, this is the type of fan base we are.
Right, but then at the go ahead, Ninja.
I want to defend the fans for a second. It's not like the one thing that I've realized with Knicks fans is they like their own. So if we had drafted Zion, Zion will do no wrong for a Knicks fan. Whoever we draft, we defend to the death. See Frank Ntilikina. Like, when you start thinking about who is drafted, like Julius Randle was the first All-Star in a long time for us. He actually wanted to be here, came here, worked his butt off, had a bad season, came back and corrected it, had a bad second season, and bad parts around him. Everyone forgets RJ started off last year terrible too.
Terrible.
Yes.
Terrible.
And so did Quickly.
But as soon as we had the chance, we betrayed the one guy that actually fixed things. And he was putting up the same numbers, just had a bad stint from three. When you look at his numbers, he actually took less long twos than the year before when he had made the All-Star. He actually adjusted his game very little. He did sabotage offensive possessions and stuff like that. Yes.
Okay.
All that is said and done. But at the same time, he was fighting for the ball to do what he did the year before. But yet still, he cut out many long twos. He took too many threes. And he just didn't finish well at the rim. And as soon as we had a chance, we turned on him. No star wants to be a part of that.
I got a question for you, just to ask a question. Like, what's your sample size on that? Like, do you think fans criticize, like, because I totally agree with everything you're saying, and I want you to continue. Do you think fans, the reason why they criticize Randall is to lay off the flack of RJ Barrett because we drafted him?
No, just, and don't get me wrong.
Hate RJ, bro.
No, I'm just trying to understand this. I'm just trying to get understanding.
No,
like
RJ don't have nothing to do with Randall. What
no, because we drafted him. That's no. I was just no, Uncle Freeze. I was just piggyback on this point. He said like because I think that
we got Quickly too.
You ain't say Quickly was trash too.
Mm-hmm. Nah, y'all always say Quickly. You know how to defend Quickly.
I don't always say Quickly. I told you face to face. I told you mano a mano that I think Quickly is going to be the NBA most improved player.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I think the whole thing was with Randall, the Randall hate is just people they were mad because of you heard the KD stuff, all these other big names, and you got Randall, and they were treating Randall like a wet food stamp because that's what we got in free agency because you didn't get a KD, like all the hype of the media and stuff like that. So he's reaping those repercussions because he wasn't KD.
Hey,
and the other
Soulfinger, let me ask you this real quick. Before you let that point slide, let me ask you this. If you're a Knicks fan today, aren't you glad you didn't get KD and Kyrie and you got Julius Randle?
Man, I had to put my brain mouth filter on because I was about to say something, bro. I'm happy like a fat kid eat cake.
Hey, Sophie, you mind before you say your next thing, you mind if we go around the panel and ask everybody else how do you feel about that?
Go ahead.
Hey, so I want to ask Wiz this. Wiz, are you today, and I'm asking you to use revisionist history, are you excited today that you had Julius Randle, thumbs down and all, over the calamity that was Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving?
No.
Okay.
Not happy. Unhappy.
Okay.
I want him. Before
Okay.
you my answer. I want Kyrie and KD. I'll take that calamity.
Yes.
The chance to win a ring. Boom.
Yep. Is it my turn? I'm taking it because no matter what, it still got him a 7 seed. So that's better than what we had.
I'll take both their crazy asses. That's my vote.
Yeah.
Right. What you think, Coach? Coach, what you think?
Oh, it's a no-brainer for that one. I mean, there's no saying that would happen if they came here. What just happened this year? Are you saying like after what they got going on now? Would I still take them?
The everything, the entire kit and caboodle.
I mean, when it's all said and done, I mean, you got to go with it. Hell yeah, you got to go with it, bro.
And so I'm just throw this out there. I'm gonna just throw this out there to Soulfinger.
Hold on, Freeze.
Hold on, Freeze. So you saying KD and Kyrie or just KD?
No, we talking about.
You asked me you said KD because it went from KD to Kyrie, KD and Kyrie, or just KD?
KD and Kyrie is what I was saying.
Okay.
All right, because what I was gonna say to you, Soulfinger, is I agree with you. You know why? Because during that time, the Knicks have the same amount of NBA championships as the Brooklyn Nets.
Exactly.
In that same amount of time, how many championships did Brooklyn win? How many NBA finals did Brooklyn go to?
Man, they got there on the 1st of February.
And I honestly think I can't even remember how many conference finals have they been to?
That's a good question.
How many conference finals have the Brooklyn Nets been during that time?
Since '99.
Yes, they KD and Kyrie with Brooklyn have not made the conference finals.
They hadn't made it out the second round.
They got the same amount as we got, Freeze.
Right. Yeah. So with all
how many different lineups have they had?
Right, but what I'm saying is with all that talent, with all the thing that 3-ring circus with that's Barclays Center, they have done nothing. Diddly poo.
Yeah.
And you telling me that I would, in theory, get rid of this young core and just have a core of KD, Kyrie, and a bunch of journeyman random dudes as a future of my team today versus Julius Randle and what Julius Randle and RJ Barrett have.
Yeah, only reason I say I'm taking
we were still gonna have RJ though, weren't we, with them too?
It wouldn't matter if you had them, because I mean, if and what Freezy, the way he put it out there, they still doing the same thing we doing.
Hold on,
not winning.
No.
I know, but just think.
I disagree.
Just think of how well RJ would have developed if he had them with him his first few years.
You said just think about it in. It's gonna be a 3-ring.
Hold on, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead, Nick G, just real quick so we can get back to Soulfinger.
I really want to respond to so number one, because we have those two in-house doesn't mean we would have developed our team or built out our team the same way. We could have chose different talents because number one, you could compare the two teams. Number one, they had Jarrett Allen. They traded him. He became an all-star.
On another team, right?
Karis LeVert.
They signed
him with it.
Hold on, let him finish. Go ahead,
they signed what's his name? DeAndre Jordan, $40 million.
Mm-hmm.
That was a waste of money.
Albatross.
They were down to when it came down to it, they had to sign guys like LaMarcus Aldridge with bad heart. Mm-hmm. They had to go after Blake Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
He's 5 years removed from 5 years removed.
and they signed Bobby Brown to play point guard.
Versus Bobby Brown, he actually turned out to be good. Versus, and also too, they had Steve Nash, who they don't like now, and they had Mike D'Antoni on the bench. Compared to we had at the time Fizdale. Fizdale is not even close to Steve Nash good. Number one. Number two, we had RJ Barrett in the house. So we had a good 3 that could complement those guys. And also, if any of them get hurt, he could have actually gotten more playing time and development time because KD came in hurt. Kyrie was hurt the second year and the third year.
Yeah.
So, like, the developmental path for RJ would have been 10 times full because there would have been a higher responsibility on him from day one because other guys were hurt. Then also, too, we had Mitchell Robinson, who was in year 2. Mitchell Robinson was a much better player, and Kevin Knox, who could play off guys and shoot very well. So you talk about you put Kyrie with the ball or anyone else with the ball, and they make a pass to Kevin Knox. Kevin Knox could hit threes. RJ Barrett could get to the basket. We had a stable of wings and stuff.
And we still had Frank. Frank is the missing piece.
Frank was the missing don't piece even mention argument. Frank. I try to forget Frank and you bring him up. Why are you doing that, man?
Because Frank is the missing piece. Frank is because to your argument, bro. I understand where you're going. So Frank, if Frank would have been the piece that got us over with the championship, because what it would have been was Frank would have had on-ball responsibilities. He could have just did. Who was that? Is somebody got some buzzing going on in the background?
Someone's like grounding up some coffee.
Yeah, that's why I mute myself because it ain't me.
Okay. All right, yeah.
I'm muted.
But Nick G, what I'm saying, the thing I'm getting at is today, without all the ifs, right? Without all the ifs, Brooklyn had so many former All-Star and former All-NBA players, and all they did was get to the second round. Here's the thing, KD and Kyrie together are not winners, bro. KD and Kyrie together, they can't lead your franchise. Both of them are betas. They would have came here and RJ Barrett would have still been the man.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he's drafted too.
Yeah. What I'm saying to you is KD. Because think about KD first year he didn't play. Remember, KD first year he didn't play. Right. The second year, Kyrie got hurt. Right, and then they traded for James Harden, and then traded James Harden because they wouldn't pass it. The reason why James Harden left is because they wouldn't pass him the ball. They wouldn't let him ISO all game.
Yeah, but Freezy, right now, KD and Kyrie with 13 scrubs are gonna get me top 5 in the Eastern Conference, more than likely, assuming that they play from this point forward. I'd rather have that potential,
right?
Knowing right now that we may make the play-in at 9 or 10.
But coach, let me just say something just real quick to that. So you said KD and Kyrie with 13 scrubs can get you to top 5, right? But how often does KD and Kyrie even play together?
I understand.
I just mentioned the first year, KD was out with an Achilles. The second year, Kyrie was hurt, and then they did a modge podge of James Harden and Kyrie. I mean James Harden and Kevin Durant. And then one dude walked off. Then one dude walked off to. And we don't even know what he walked off to do. Kyrie left the team in search of the meaning of life.
No, he's trying to flat. He's trying to find the edge.
But Uncle Freezy, like I agree with your point, like about them in the season, but they play more together in the playoffs.
Right.
That's all they care about.
What did they accomplish in the playoffs though?
Nothing though, but the least they go and see it. To me, nothing. I agree with you. Yeah.
Hold on, wait, hold on. I have to chime in on that because they were one big toe away from going to the finals.
Big toe.
Right. A toe inch.
I could deal with the heartbreak
to the finals. There was a toe away. They was a toe away from going to the finals.
Well, yeah, because look at how Milwaukee moved on. Like
Milwaukee moved on to play Atlanta.
Yeah, but Atlanta wasn't no match.
No, you said the finals.
Yeah, I know, but I'm not even counting Atlanta. Atlanta was not a match for Brooklyn.
Well, they took Milwaukee to 7 games, so I'll give them a little more respect.
Come on, man.
Okay. I mean, that's to me. I'm just saying.
Okay, right now, if I had Kyrie and KD right now, what can I get for those two on open market?
Nothing.
That was the other part too, because I could trade those two at any point in time and get some type of value.
No, you can't, because the Nets put KD on a trade block and he got absolutely nothing.
But Uncle Freezy, look at the teams he wanted to go to though.
But that's not the point. That's semantics. That's semantics, because the point is Brooklyn put Kevin Durant on the trade block, and they could get nothing for him
because the market had been skewed by the.
But
by rent, we all know.
That's not the point. That's not the point. Is they put him on the market and they could get nothing for him.
You got to ask two questions there. Is it, did they get nothing, or did they get nothing they wanted?
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because just like Donovan Mitchell, they started off with 6 picks asking for. They ended up getting 5. Is it that you get what you want, or is it did you get nothing? That is 2 different questions there.
So that's exactly my point. We'll probably acquire with KD and Kyrie right now, compromise a little bit on the value we're going to get, and accept that it's not going to be 6 draft picks, but it could be squad. It could be Ingram. We could easily get Ingram for KD and 4 picks. That's right away replaces RJ, and it's a better squad already started off. D-Rose will always be available. I'm just saying the value we could get with KD and Kyrie is much higher. But again, the fact that with those 2 on the team, we know we're going to make the playoffs, not the play-in. I mean, maybe the worst case scenario, they get a 6 seed. Worst case, but they'll probably win that and get to the playoffs. So that alone is a step out of taking forward the past 2 years. And yes, we compromise our future right now potentially. But again, I still think their value that can get us all the picks we have right now, and a couple of the youngsters we have, the ham sandwiches we have right now. We could get those back if we didn't like what we got. We go get Trey Mann, we go get SGA, whoever we want with those 2 guys, because someone wants them enough to give us some value, but not necessarily the value that the market's dictated right. I would do that deal every day of the week.
Man, KD and Kyrie ain't winning nothing. They ain't even doing nothing over there.
I mean, if you think about Kyrie's on the decline.
Yes.
You know, I mean, he's been declining for a minute for some. You know,
at 30 years old.
I'm just. His play is saying that, not his age. I'm not looking at his age and saying that's the reason. Just look what he's been all over the place ever since he left.
He didn't have basketball rhythm at all.
What has he done without LeBron?
I mean, yeah. I mean, like, that's why Uncle Freezy point. Like, I definitely agree with KD and Kyrie can't lead the team. Like, I totally agree with that. But I'm just taking that over what we have now. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, Jalen Brunson's on the up. You know, he's entering. You know what he could be. You know,
that's
Kyrie is plateauing or even going down a little bit. He's like he might be like a Kemba situation where the brakes fall off all of a sudden. I'm just saying, like, Kemba was in his prime for a short period of time, and then the brakes fell off.
Kyrie could downfall for the next 4 years, and Jalen Brunson still won't get close to his talent.
I don't even understand that.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion.
So I just wanted to point out a thing.
Kyrie Irving?
It's one of those deals where, like, when the people in the chat is like, yo, y'all always have a topic. But then what's the topic? We talking about Kyrie Irving knees.
That's true. Yeah, we're supposed to talk about
Zion. And I just want to point out something Manchild said real quick, because he just said Kyrie is injury prone too. And so now is KD. So when y'all would have asked, and so we got that, just goes back to the hypocritical
to the Zion
being injury, because they both injury prone, but y'all want to take those 2. They both injury prone.
No,
so
we agree with that. Even with them being injury prone, there still was a 7 seed last year. They still fought their way to
but for players like KD and Kyrie being a 7 seed, it's trash.
That's a
disappointment.
I mean,
Kyrie is a cancer. For all he does on the field, you guys are worried about a cancer in Randall. You're talking about the biggest cancer superstar in the league is Kyrie. Think about that.
Well, I don't really.
What do you mean? No, you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, but when
God, you
those
still got them a
when
7 seed, and they third best player still
yeah,
never even
but
put on the team.
but
Like
listen,
we still ain't see
Think
the
about
sample
what
size
you're
of the
saying,
team.
Gunna. Like you were just
I get what
dogging
you're
me
saying,
the
Coach.
other night for being happy with the play-in or happy with me. Y'all happy with mediocrity. You got Kyrie and KD who are supposed to be legendary Hall of Fame players, and you're saying it's okay to be the 7th seed? Come on, man, for real.
No, it's not okay.
Okay, you got a point, Coach, but I'm just saying for what the Knicks for New York, Brooklyn has done more than I don't even have to look at it since Darren Williams days. I'm pretty sure since the Nets came from New Jersey to Brooklyn, they have a better winning position than the Knicks, and that's all. I'm bad about that.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm
they
saying.
should. They have 2 Hall of Fame players, and they've
No,
rotated two.
I went back to Darren Williams days. No, since they came back from New Jersey to Brooklyn, I guarantee you the Nets have a better winning percentage than the Knicks. So since Brooklyn have been in New York, they have been better than the Knicks.
But they had Hall of Famers. The point was they had Hall of Famers.
Darren Williams, and Gerald Wallace, they're Hall of Famers.
No, but Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett are Hall of Famers.
And they had Joe Johnson.
On their last years of their contract in Boston.
But oh my gosh, man!
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not disagreeing with you.
They made the playoffs with those two. And also too, they had a what you call it, a disgruntled top pick that was abandoned. And who went to Minnesota, that guard that Steve Mills wanted?
D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell. Like they had Russell, and Russell made the playoff, made an All-Star game and made the playoffs with that team.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, they did, but also too, like, anyway, the Danny Ainge effect on them too.
Yeah.
You could argue that D'Angelo
bro,
Russell
if we had Kyrie and KD here on the Knicks, and we got the 7th seed, we would be going 8. You know what?
Yeah.
Think about how y'all will be reacting when we had Kyrie and KD, and we got the 7th seed.
All this money, we paying these dudes.
Come on, man.
And if we had Kyrie and KD, and they brought us just one chip, we will go 8. You know what? Also,
the other way. But
I know, but they haven't.
That's a chip, though. But
they haven't been close yet.
But coach, the thing too about KD and Kyrie is that
I still would rather have them though.
But coach, listen, man. The thing is with KD and Kyrie, it's not that it's just them. These dudes have super help with them. These dudes at one point had James Harden, and another point they had Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not like these dudes. These dudes had all that help, right? One dude didn't play. The other dude, they wouldn't pass to him, right? When Ben Simmons go, he's like, "Nah, I ain't playing. No, I'm good. I got a back injury. I'm not playing with these dudes. These dudes trash. I ain't playing with these dudes." You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is with all that drama in Brooklyn, the only drama we had with the Knicks is Julius Randle gave somebody a thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a dude walked off to try to find himself. And like, where's Kyrie at? Oh man, he just wanted to find the answers to peace on earth. You know what I'm saying?
Did we forget what happened in Boston? Imagine if Kyrie took on that Boston situation.
Yeah,
that would be the dynasty in the league right now.
Right. That's hilarious. Kyrie at the beach trying to see if sand is real.
Yeah, man.
And with all that said, I remember which one of you guys, when Kyrie was available this summer, there was a couple of you guys that still wanted Kyrie on the Knicks also.
I'll be honest with you. He's worth it. His talent is so good. He's so great on the court that it's almost like he's worth taking a chance on. That's how good he is.
And coach, that's just my point. And coach, that's just my point. That's just my point. That's it. What you just said. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So
I'm just saying, you want to go flat earth fishing.
So yes, with that said, Zion is worth taking the gamble on. Brandon Ingram is worth taking the gamble on. Donovan Mitchell's worth taking the gamble on. All these guys that are stars in the league, they're all worth it. Can't be afraid to go get them.
Is Brandon Ingram a star or he's a budding star?
Nah,
he's a star.
Nah, he's like Craig. He's like Craig Biggio, bro. He's an accumulator.
Who do you like? Who do you like as far as let's say who do you think is the most beautiful celebrity out there? Sophia Vergara, whoever,
Huh?
I don't know.
What?
Bagara?
Sophia.
I don't know.
Wisdom hilarious.
One of them, right? Think of the most beautiful one, right?
Are we off topic?
Yeah, well, completely.
Halle Berry in her prime.
In their prime, and
She's still pretty fine.
Yeah,
make sure y'all wise is not looking over y'all shoulder answering these questions.
Where you going with this, Sarge? Where you going with this?
Gives you a lot of headache, a lot of drama, or you can have Roseanne Barr with peace.
Thank y'all for coming out, man. I appreciate it. I'm just playing with it.
Roseanne Barr got some bank now.
Yeah. What I'm getting at is this. Knicks, there are a certain sect of Knicks fans that are going to be stargazing. They're going to be searching for a disgruntled star, whether you like it or not.
True.
Right? And what I'm saying is if it's all about stargazing, if you are hell-bent on going to get a star, don't aim low, aim high.
There we
go. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would we try to trade? Yo, man, we got to go get Anthony Simons. Why? Well, we can try to trade for Devin Booker. You know what I'm saying? Like, why would we aim low for OG Anunoby when we can try to go get Zion?
Well, respectfully, didn't we just try that? That's why I don't get. We literally just tried that, and that failed.
I know, but he talking to the fans. He talking to the fans that but he talking to the fans that stargazing. So if you want to stargaze,
okay, I get what you're saying.
But if you want to build a team. But if you just want to stargaze, then stop trying to go after low level stars to go after the highest of the high.
Did you see what we offered for Donovan Mitchell?
Yeah, that was pathetic.
If you offering that for Donovan Mitchell, why not offer that for LeBron or somebody, man? I don't know. Offer that for somebody for Giannis. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about that July pick? I meant the July offer the RJ, Obi, Mitchell, and the 3 first-round picks.
No,
honestly, that could get you anybody. Exactly. That should get you anybody.
Yeah, but 3 or 4 years ago, that gets you everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Why would you try to take all that stuff that you offered and just offer that for CJ McCollum?
Exactly.
Why? CJ McCollum went for a 2nd round pick, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but everybody didn't want him because injuries and contract. But look what he did for New Orleans. They was in the playoffs. He took them to.
I'm gonna just say this real quick, man. I just want to say this real quick to y'all. And I know y'all gonna think I'm out of my mind because it's late at night, but I'm straight up and down like 6 o'clock right now. If you're gonna trade for a star and you got a lot of stuff to trade, go get Jimmy Butler. Instead of saying, well, RJ will be Jimmy Butler and such and such. Hey, man, the only thing better than having a Jimmy Butler is having 2 Jimmy Butlers.
I think, that's true.
And why not? What I'm saying is if you're gonna recalibrate your target, if you feel like you got to go get a star, if you got to go get one, then go big game hunting. Stop pillow-palling around.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Stop saying, well, I can't make the deal because Quentin Grimes might turn into Courtney Lee. We can't pass up on that.
Courtney Lee.
You know what's crazy about the offer you just mentioned, Freezy? Every GM in the league now knows if a star is mentioned, you're not going to tell me you're not going to offer RJ and all these other guys when if my star is better than Donovan Mitchell, of course I know this is what I'm getting. Like, them putting that deal out there and then knowing that they didn't get it, that's the template for us, what we're going to give up for when the next guy comes available. So just be ready for these guys. Nobody in the Knicks is safe, period. Put it like that. That's how I see it.
Yeah, anybody can get got.
I mean, it should have been like that really from this year, and that's our thing. I think it just was like the hesitation screwed us too, like not knowing who to give up when we could have.
Can you imagine if Devin Booker comes available and the Knicks are like, "Yeah, we're trying to keep RJ." You was willing to give up RJ for Donovan.
Right?
You want to give him up for Booker?
Now
That's something they would do too.
You can't. You lost all your negotiating power with this deal. That's why you should have been done this deal. This deal should have been done.
That's why I say. That's why I feel, Jay. I feel like nobody gonna take Leon Rose seriously. Go ahead, Uncle Freeze.
What I'm getting at is not even the Devin Booker's role. Who's better than Devin Booker at that position? That's who you should be aiming for.
Really,
who's
nobody.
Who's the best shooting guard in the league right now?
Behind Devin Booker, I gotta go with Spider.
The best young one?
Yeah,
probably Devin. The best one, probably Devin Booker.
Yep, Devin Booker.
That's who you should be aiming for, bro. Aim high, man. That's what I'm saying. If you got all these bullets, man, and you gotta shoot them, aim at something. Don't just be shooting up in the air. You got all these bullets that you just got. You got to pull the trigger.
Yo,
aim at something. That's all I'm saying. Like if you got to go get something, if you got to make a deal, if you Leon Rose and you got to pull the trigger on something. You know what? All this ammo, hey man, how much is Jason Tatum worth?
Yo, Freezy, this front office, they like to fire 6 shooters. They're afraid of firing an M60.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that 6 shooter is always pointed at their foot. Right? Am I lying? Am I lying? This is the only organization that I know.
We got Plaxico Burris in the front office.
Yeah, we are the Plaxico Burris of front offices. Coach, you right.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Yo, what I'm saying is if you got. I'm sorry, Rivera. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say like with the whole Devin Booker thing, it's just like honestly to say that's not even that too far off because the only reason why Phoenix is good is because of Chris Paul. Once Chris Paul leaves, that team is not gonna be as good as they are. So he might want to be out.
How did that team look this year? How does that team look this year in the playoffs? That team looked like a team with no answers.
Garbage, and that's why I always say. That's why I always say Devin Booker, as great as Devin Booker is not as that great as people make it out to be because before Chris Paul, he was just a guy that scored 1,000 points, and when we say Randall had empty stats, so did Devin Booker.
Devin Booker was just a dude you saw on the late night Sports Center. That's all Devin Booker was, yo. You wake up 2 o'clock in the morning to go pee, and Sports Center still. You know how Sports Center be on repeat, right? You go in there and look, and you're like, "Oh, Devin Booker had 39 points tonight." Okay, and then you get back in the bed and go to sleep.
Yeah, Devin Booker had 39 points, but his team lost by 15.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what this frontal star I think nobody's really talking about now that is kind of like shaping up to be the next guy to act scout. I really believe is going to be Cat.
Yeah, thank you, Jay.
I think it's going to be Cat. I don't know what they were thinking. And getting Rudy Gobert and the modern NBA, you're going to have 2 7-footers. Okay,
Jay,
but
he is replacement.
You know what?
That's Cat don't want to play down low.
That's their excuse now. If we want to hand the team over to Anthony Edwards and we got a defensive center, Rudy Gobert, you know what? Let's see what we can get for Towns.
Now,
hey, Jay.
You know what they have, though, Shot? You know what they have? They have their Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert combination. That's what they have.
Exactly.
And you know who was the guy over at Minnesota before he got fired, right? You know what front office he's at, right?
Yeah, the Knicks. Yeah.
Rosas. You know who was Cat's agent also. It wasn't only just Mitchell.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who was from New York also.
That's why we should have made the Donovan Mitchell trade. I told you it was setting us up because we was going to get him.
Cat's the next guy to ask.
He's coming. He's coming. Around All-Star break, we will get Cat. I'm telling you.
But Jay, you told us Cat was coming, right?
Yes, I did. Don't forget my story.
Yes,
don't forget my story.
I don't forget nothing, bro. I'm with you.
They gotta hook us up because remember we gave them Johnny Flynn.
Nah. Only thing, coach, is we got to be ready to give up some picks, man. Because, like I say, man, like I agree with Jay. They set Cat up for failure. You know what I'm saying? They put him up at the 4. They know he can't guard the 4. If he can't guard the 5 in today's NBA, he can't guard.
The blame is gonna fall on him.
Exactly. So Rudy Gobert was his replacement. I've been seeing the play, and then
I don't know.
That's why they gave up that 5. Wait, what you say? That's why they gave up that 5 picks because they're gonna want them picks back for Cat.
Yeah,
But as long as you give up some picks, they good. They
I
gave
say
up
we
5.
go for Jokic. He's got no help over there.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do it, bro. I think Hartenstein is gonna be for real. I can't see the Knicks trading for a big, bro. I think the Hartenstein.
I'm telling you, don't be shocked if you start hearing those cat rumors.
I think Hartenstein good where he at. I mean, he's a good guy off the bench. I think you know what I mean.
I can't wait for Knicks fans to tear apart Cat saying he's too soft.
I know, yeah, they're gonna kill Cat. They're gonna kill. But his dad not having, Cat father not having that. He be in the stands.
Listen, man, he lost all his family members, like close family members, and he still played. That's not soft, bro. A lot of people won't be able to do that.
Yeah, that's mental toughness on another level right there.
Uncle Freezy, I don't know if you got time. Pull up his numbers under Tibbs. He was a different animal, bro.
Cat is the first center, I believe, to shoot 50, 40, 90. I believe first center ever.
Under Tibbs, he was on some MVP type stuff, like for real. He was rebounding, bro. I never seen him play like that in my life. I was like, wow.
I thought Tibbs was a bad coach, though.
I never said that. I never said that. He a win now player, like a win now coach.
Basically. You remember the narrative was Tibbs can't coach young players. Remember that?
Yeah, Cat was young.
And then when you pointed out Zach LaVine, Jimmy Butler, Derrick Rose, Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, Taj Gibson. People are
Jeff
like,
Teague.
Noah,
Jeff Teague,
Heinrich,
Joe Kim Noah. That's only 10 players. Name some more. What?
Yeah, a young Luol Deng.
And then when you say, well, Julius Randle, you're like, that's only 11. Name some more.
It ain't enough, Freezer. It's never going to be enough.
Yeah, I definitely see Cat. Coming here, though. Definitely.
You got to see the chance of Cat coming here. The question is, will this front office take their safety off? They have that safety on and just can't seem to take it off. So they seem to be afraid to pull that trigger.
Man, for what happened this summer, they're gonna trip over their own feet. They give up everything.
Man, Jay, if they blow Cat, man.
Now whoever the next guy is, I'm telling you, I promise you, whoever the next guy is on this list, that's what I'm saying. This is a wish list, right? So you couldn't get all them dudes. Now the next dude on your wish list is gonna be a random guy. I can't wait till tomorrow to watch to see who's gonna be in the newspaper, the new target. Who y'all think? Did somebody put a new target out there?
It's a member. Oh,
you know what?
Besides seeing SGA name come up,
we should do a test. We should just pick some random player in the NBA and see if we can start a snowball effect.
Can y'all imagine a pick and roll? Can y'all imagine a pick and roll of Brunson and Cat?
I even fall back on RJ, Cat, and Brunson right now.
The only play in the NBA healthy,
that's a 60 right now.
In the East is Joel Embiid that can mess around with Cat, and in the West is Jokic. And that's
wait till you see them pick and rolls with Hartenstein and Brunson, bro. Trust me.
You've been a believer of Hartenstein for a week. I know Hartenstein.
Hey, I'm gonna say, you know what, AJ? But when researching this, right, I was doing research on a young up and coming player that the Knicks could target, right? And so I was researching on YouTube. I looked at Zion. So there is a play where some dude named Lopez for the Bucks is grabbing Zion by the bicep and can't pull him. He legit is like trying to hack him so that Giannis can get a rebound, right? He pulling him. I don't know what Lopez brother it is. I can't remember.
It's Brooke.
But Giannis goes up for the rebound, right? And Zion jumps in the air with Lopez holding his bicep. And Giannis has the ball and is coming down with it. And Zion grabs the ball from Giannis and rips it away from Giannis. Like, hear what I'm saying? He rips it out of Giannis's hands. And the Lopez brother, it's like, bro, what else could I do? I was grabbing his arm. And so I decided to use it for the thumbnail tonight. When y'all look at the thumbnail, the thumbnail is one of the big Lopez twins is grabbing Zion's arm. And with his arm being grabbed, Zion grabs a rebound out of Giannis's hand, who has a rebound. Giannis grabs it and rips it away from Giannis with the Lopez brother on his arm.
Hey, Freeze, you know what that play reminds me of? Remember in Summer League?
No.
Oh.
No, please don't say it.
Remember in Summer League? God bless his little heart. God bless Kevin Knox's little heart.
God dog it. I knew you was going to do that, man.
Listen, no. All jokes aside, when I saw the close-up and the ball had an indent from Zion's grip on the ball, that's when I was like, this dude is different. It wasn't that he just took it away from Knox. He almost deflated the ball, taking it away from Knox. I was like, Jesus Christ.
You don't have to worry about putting the power forward with him.
Oh, man.
Bro.
Coach, what position was Zion playing in the NFL?
Oh, that's a tight end or D end right there.
He's a defensive end right there.
I'm about to say,
I think he a running back, bro.
A running back?
He's too tall for that.
I saw him. I saw North Carolina at Duke. I watched the Duke game, right? North Carolina tipped a ball towards half court, right? And their point guard was on a dead sprint, like, and Zion ran past him and scooped it, right? And went to the other end and did one of those high school poster dunks in Cameron Indoor Stadium. Mm-hmm. And this dude had a 12-foot head start on Zion. Now, that guard that was running, that dude's not in the NBA, right? That dude's not in the NBA. So I don't know if he had NBA caliber talent, but he definitely had high-level college talent, right? Zion Williamson ran past him, scooped up the ball, and did an explosive high school, one of them high school dunks. Now, when he jump in the air and turn around and do like the windmill and then hang up there and do his taxes and fix a sandwich, he legit hung up in the air and fixed a Quentin Grimes during the middle of a game.
That's why he's not in the league. Freezy. Zion ran past him, and every scout was like, "No, we can't have it.
No, we can't."
And the thing is, if Zion played football, them football teams, they don't play with the weight, bro. You gotta check in every practice, and weigh yourself.
But if he was putting that kind of weight on, he's gonna be a nose tackle.
Even
this dude. But think about this. Let me ask y'all this: Who has a better body type to you? Because the thing in theory, he's somewhere between Julius Peppers and Derrick Henry. Who has a more impressive physique in your opinion? Julius Peppers or Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry is 6'4", 260.
Peppers easily.
Peppers.
I don't know.
For his size.
I mean, Peppers for his size is nice, but bro,
Derrick Henry is a monster.
He is ridiculous. To be that fast.
Hey, Coach, you went to North Carolina, right?
No, he played college ball in North Carolina.
Oh, I was about to say, when I saw Julius Peppers playing ball, and I was like, ain't you supposed to be playing football? You're too big for this.
Right.
Well, look at that. I'm telling you, every 6'3", 6'4" center in high school playing basketball, pick up a football, man. You got a future at tight end because that's all they're looking for. Tight end is the that's the best.
Tight end is the new left-handed pitcher.
Yeah,
you saw Jimmy Graham.
Zion is like Myles Garrett right now.
All them
But Coach, besides running and tackling, don't you got to be a good blocker though in tight end?
They got. But the thing is, now tight end they have specialists. You know, they have the pass catching tight ends now, and they got the guys that are like a combo one, and then they'll have a blocking one, and they'll have 3 tight ends on the field a lot of times. I mean, the tight ends are so sought after right now.
And sometimes they're the long snapper.
Oh, for real?
Really?
On special teams,
low key tight ends got to be all world. You got to do the job of a lineman and a receiver.
Yeah, because they
got
rid of the fullback in the NFL because now they just have the second or third string tight end do it, the old fullback duties, like the
Why they get paid so low, Coach? Why they get paid so low? I know we off topic too.
I mean, a lot of them get paid pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, man. I just to me like that's why you see all these like Antonio Gates was a basketball player. He played football for like 1 year, and he translated to one of the top 5 tight ends of all time, probably.
Right, and he wasn't even fast, but he could spin around linebackers, bro. He was agile enough to spin. But the thing is with a Zion thing. Remember you mentioned the pick and roll with Cat and Jalen Brunson. I was thinking the whole time. Think about a pick and roll with Donovan Mitchell and Zion Williamson.
Jesus.
Yeah, that would be sick too. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think about that.
Right, and then two, here's the other thing, is the pick and roll offense the offense of the future? It's the offense of the present, but is it the offense of the future?
Yeah, to me, man, because it's the most oldest play, but still to this day, it's the most unguardable. I don't get it. I still don't understand it. I don't get it. Like it's weird.
Right. Yeah. Right. But it is a lot of kids don't know how to cut. Dudes now that are 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", they don't know how to slash. RJ Barrett is an elite slasher. He just can't finish. Like think about this. What if Donovan Mitchell could slash like RJ Barrett? He'd average 47 points a game. You know what I'm saying? This dude just gets by with athleticism and speed. But slashing is an art. It's a craft. You have to know where they are or where other players are on the floor, what hand to have open, all these things, bro. You don't have man. There are no more Dr. J's in the NBA, man. Like the 6'6" dude, 6'7" dude that can legit slash to the basket, right? Nowadays, these dudes' handles are so tight they don't have to slash because they feel like they could just get there with their hand. Like if Cam Reddish could slash, Cam Reddish would average 27 points a game, bro. And I know that might be overstating how good Cam Reddish can be, but if Cam Reddish could slash, could move without the ball, and trust a point guard that could pass, bruh. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of on both sides of the argument. I'm kind of and I know this sounds like me double talking, but I'm okay with going to get Donovan Mitchell and Zion, but I'm also okay with the Knicks going to get the Thompson twins. I just, man, bro. So yeah, so if the argument seems to be polarizing or it seems like we're all over the place, yeah, kinda, because you could kind of see it from multiple perspectives.
Because our team's all over the place right now. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like we can't have a vision of what our team could be because they don't even know what the hell their vision is. So we're sitting there trying to figure out all these scenarios.
Exactly.
True.
This morning, Freezer, I think it was about training camp matchups. Without the team telling us where they're going, it's tough to even call what the matchup really is on who you want to compete because we don't know where we're going. Fournier should be in the discussion if we're going to go young. So that Grimes-Fournier matchup is mute if we don't know we're going to go young. So right now, I'm just saying we gotta pick a direction and we gotta be clear, and then we can decide what matchups we want to really look at. We can't have Fournier here and worried about matching those guys up to have them get playing time when we're trying to see what the youth got. And so right now, I'm just saying, yo, blow it up. Bring me Zion. I want LaMelo or SGA, and let's take a step towards being really competitive. Because right now it's just too up in the air. And we can't be up in the air with 10 youth players, young players.
11, bro. Don't forget about Fighters.
Yeah, I mean, and who's our press person for the Knicks? Like who are the people around here that could ask these questions and demand answers from our coaches and our front office? Like I follow other teams sometimes, and then even in football, with the Bucks, the coaches, they talk to the media, they have press conferences all the time.
They
talk to everybody.
That's a MSG thing right there, though.
I know it's like the Vatican,
like
man.
2 or 3 years now, they haven't been returned yet.
New York's like the Vatican of the NBA, man. It's like ridiculous.
I'm still trying to don't get me started, Coach. I mean, went off back in June, right, or sometime back then, when their first real PR release was talking about we got 22 picks over the next 7 years.
Yeah,
that was totally BS because automatically we got 14 is automatic because
14 is automatic.
First in 7 seconds. 14 was automatic.
Yeah.
So the last 4 years was nonsense because we had our own picks the last 4 years. So that means 8 of them nonsense. Second round picks, kind of nonsense because no one really values that. So all they had to do was say, we have 5 first rounders over the next 3 years, and that would have been impressive enough. But to make it look good, we throw a big number like 20.
We have 92 draft picks over the next 70 years.
Exactly.
What?
Come on, man.
Hey, but coach, to what Wiz is saying, it's Knicks PR. Knicks PR, bro. The Knicks PR. Hey, I got a question real quick before I get out of here. Oh, you know what? I'll save it for while we wrap up. Coach, I need to talk to you and Wiz real quick after this.
All right.
Hey, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. We're gonna get out of here, man. We got a busy day today, man. The Vibes and Stuff live at 8. Hey, Soulfinger, you coming through?
Yeah, man. I got a little time. I don't have to go in. I don't have to punch the clock until 9:30. So I'm gonna be up, and I should be able to swing on through tomorrow.
Bro, hey, man. If you can, bro, we're gonna reminisce in a few minutes, and when we get on there, bro. If you got a few minutes, bro.
Yeah. I think I can carve out some time.
I'm gonna talk about Big Daddy Cadillac.
I
got talking. The one with the back window won't go down.
Yeah, man.
Cadillac Brown.
Hey, thank you everybody for coming through, hanging out with us. We're gonna wrap right here, man. We'll see y'all at the Knicks Morning Drive tomorrow at 9 a.m. Check out Vibes and Stuff live in the morning, 8 a.m. with me and Chuck. We'll see y'all later. Peace.